Shalom, Laha Alahayim, Nawathan, Kahalayim La, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham, Racha Hakwadash, giving all praises, peace to the gods, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham, Racha Hakwadash. Double honors unto the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the head elders of all the camps of Great Millstone. GMS who do rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad, starting with the governing body in the kingdom to come, the 144,000, 4,000 men of each tribe of Israel, Yasha Allah, as well as the remaining 1/3 of the elect of men, women, and children who are not only hearers of this word, but doers of it as well. All right, to you we say shalom. All right, Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect. With a quick hit through the spirit and power of Yahweh Yahushua. Getting back into my regular, you know what I'm saying, current event, prophetical watchman type series, man. All right, we're gonna get right into it, man. The topic I named was what? Orchestrated. What was it? Migrant movement into Babylon. All right, because you got to remember these devils, they do Hegelian dialectic. All right, problem, reaction, solution. Okay, I'm gonna let this video play. And matter of fact, we're gonna start off with a scripture. Always got to start off with a scripture, and then you'll understand why I'm bringing this scripture out. So we're gonna go to the beloved chapter 15 in the second Esdras in the Apocrypha, which is in the 1611 original King James Version. All right. And we're going to start at the 17th verse. The 17th verse. And it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And you're going to understand why I bring this out as I play this video. All right. Because we're coming into a time, man, that was unprecedented. Your movements, they're causing chaos to bring order. Order ob chaos, one of their high-level elite Masonic secret society Latin slogans that they live by, man. So they're creating chaos. All right, they're creating a problem because they already have the solution, which is their type of order. All right. And I got other precepts that is already coming to my mind now, but I want y'all to listen, man, because this thing is getting real. All right, we're really getting to a point, man. All right, where your life is going to change drastically. All right, you're gonna be like, yo, and the prophets has been saying this. All right, I read Second Esdras chapter 15 and 17 again. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So without further ado, let's start this from the top and we're going to let it play. Listen up.
New statewide travel restrictions have just been announced on a federal level. We also have the National Guard being deployed, and we also have no-go zones being established right now in our country, all right? So there are massive things going on, and the government is engineering this crisis on purpose to take away our rights, all right? They've engineered this massive crisis, nation collapsing crisis, and the solution is going to be restrict your travel, have checkpoints set up when you enter or leave certain states. That's what's being talked about right now on the federal level for the government. They just announced this plan. There's fighting back from the states that they're trying to implement this in, but they are trying to implement statewide travel restrictions and set up checkpoints and have AI facial scanning, GPS checkpoints. All these things are on the table right now, and they are implementing this crisis to take away our rights. This is serious, and this is being used as a weapon Right? This crisis that's going on is being used as a massive weapon.
And the crisis he's talking about, all right, is the tens of thousands, all right, by foot in Central America, but it's not just your Latin tribes, man. There's a bunch of Moabites in there, all right, so on. But yeah, I'll just leave it at that. From what I know, a bunch of Moabites in there, all right, and they are military aged, all right, full able-bodied men, and there's mostly men, and they're saying that these are sleeper cells for the United Nations. Now, we'll see if that comes to play, all right? But either way, we know how this devil works, man, all right? That the Bible speaks of, the devil that the Bible speaks, the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, all right?
Against our country. And now it's hitting home. It's hitting home, guys. And they're saying we're going to have to restrict people. We're going to have to set up DHS checkpoints on certain states to restrict people from going in and out. They're saying they're going to have to deploy the National Guard. That all these things are happening right now, and our country is in a crisis mode, and it's engineered. It's on purpose. It doesn't have to be like this, but it's been getting worse, especially the last few months. A new law was implemented, a new rule was implemented, or should I say rescinded, and the crisis has been worsening the past few months. All right, it has been.
So notice how he said a new law. This is Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. All right. Your decree would be a statute, a law. All right. And you trying to withhold a man from traveling. Remember in the ancient world, all right, to the men of Israel, okay, it was commanded that 3 times out the year, wherever they was located, to travel to Jerusalem to keep 3 of the high holy days. All right. Passover, Feast of Tabernacles, and is it Feast of Trumpets? All right, I could be wrong on at least one of them. All right, but the point still matters. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So movement, is required to take care of your household, things of that nature. You see what I'm saying? So you being withheld for bullshit ass reasons, man, that just shows you the wickedness that God complex, so to speak, that Esau Edom has, man. And verse 2, it says, just turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right. See, when you're talking about they're taking away our rights, all right, to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, this is all to basically put Israel down, man. All right, because we don't have the funds and the network in order to bypass certain things. The elite of Esau Edom does, and anybody that's in allies or conglomerate with them.
10 times worse, and we are being overwhelmed right now. Okay, massive cities are collapsing, and now the federal government is coming in and saying that we need to restrict travel. We need to have these DHS checkpoints, and this is their ultimate dystopian dream that they want, is to track and trace all travel that you're doing, all buying and selling that you're doing. All of these things are on the table right now, and the walls are closing in, guys. The walls are closing up. Their plan is getting closer every single day, and this is the time to stand up and say, no, we do not consent to this. We do not want this. We do not want to be exposed to this dystopia that is being implemented around the world. This is global. America is getting hit hard right now. I always talk about America because that's where I live, but this is a global plan that is being implemented right now, and they're throwing everything they have at it.
Look, the global plan that is being implemented is what? all right, bringing about and finalizing the infrastructure to globally mandate by death the MOTB. And if you don't know what that is, you following our channels, liking camps of GMS and the GMS main camps, you should, Salaki, you should already know it is the RFIDC hit. Okay, so all of this coming together with face scans, hand scans, lack of travel, checkpoints, 15-minute smart cities, so on and so forth. It's all getting ready for this digital mass surveillance concentration camp, all right, that they want you to be slaves and show your loyalty unto the devil, all right, the so-called white man, all right?
To keep this thing going, all right? To keep this dystopian train rolling, all right? So you need to be saying no, and you need to be getting as self-sufficient as possible. You need to have food.
All right, let's skip that Edomite optimism.
Tracking and monitoring as well for the state of Texas. That's what the federal government just announced. They are now proposing this plan and they're getting it ready where they are going to track and trace and set up DHS checkpoints for people coming out of Texas now.
DHS is the Department of Homeland Security.
So they are essentially going to create a zone, like a border zone around Texas. That is what is being proposed by the federal government right now. This is out in mainstream news. This is their own documents. They are releasing this and proposing this. And they are saying that they're going to set up DHS internal checkpoints. So if you try to leave Texas, you could enter one of these checkpoints. If you try to leave Texas through a highway, your car could be scanned, your face could be scanned to make sure you're not somebody that's not supposed to be leaving Texas, because they're saying that they're being so overwhelmed right now. There's so many people entering Texas from the south that their only solution is to keep the people in Texas. But to do that, they need to track and trace and monitor everybody to keep them inside Texas and make sure.
And remember, there was a viral video on Instagram showing that they was building the wall, and the Issacharite working construction was like, yo, I thought like, who's paying for the wall? And they was like, Mexico paying for this wall. You feel me? To keep people inside America so that they don't come back to Mexico. So what they saying? All right, shit about to hit the fan in Babylon the Great, and people's gonna be wanting to leave it. That's in the scriptures too. Everybody shall go to their own people. You feel me? But people's gonna be a mass exodus leaving the cities, going into the fields. So all you niggas that's out there on some off-grid shit, thinking that you're gonna be good and you got enough ammo, when this so-called zombie apocalypse maybe happen, or whatever it may be, you see what I'm saying, to where people is running for their lives, so to speak. All right, get ready for millions of people going into your countryside and your fields, man. Like we really about to see some things we never seen before.
You're not supposed to be leaving Texas there, so we have to face scan you. We have to track you. We have to GPS monitor you. We have to have a DHS checkpoint, show your license. All of these things are being proposed right now, and I know this sounds absolutely insane and dystopian, but this is what's coming next, and they are engineering this crisis on purpose. And this is not good for anybody. This is bad for everybody involved in this crisis here. Right? Both sides are suffering. This is a terrible event that's going on right now, and people are being manipulated and used, and they are going to use this crisis that they are intentionally implementing to set up border checkpoints inside the U.S. All the border states, they're talking about other border states too, New Mexico, California, Arizona as well. They're all talking about them having a similar program where if people cross over, they're going to have biometrics, they're going to have checkpoints, they're going to have GPS phone monitoring. Everyone's a criminal in these states now.
What? Biometric measuring of the body, tracking, right? What is this leading up to? We've been telling y'all, okay? And he causeth all, both small and great, to receive a charagma in their right hand, free and bond. Of course, I'm roughly paraphrasing here, but you know the scripture, Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 on down. All right? I'm telling you, man, we literally, it's not even around the corner no more. It's knocking on the door, man. Who's that?
Because of the crisis that they are allowing to happen. So instead of keeping them out altogether, they're going to allow them into Texas and then keep them in Texas, keep them in Arizona, keep them in New Mexico. And this is just absolutely insane. And it's taking away your rights. That's the point of this all. That's the key to this all. They are doing this to take away your rights. And things are getting so bad. In Texas, they have no-go zones of 75,000 people in Texas. We'll get to that in just a second. Outside of Houston, Texas, there's a no-go zone where the police are not even allowed to go in Texas. Okay, people are not allowed to enter unless they're authorized. And this no-go zone right outside of Houston, Texas, 75,000 people are living there. Okay,
That's fucking crazy. I didn't even know that, man. And that reminds me in Isaiah chapter 32. Let's get that real quick. Because I was just thinking, like, damn. And then when he said the police can't go there, oh, yeah, it just hits it on the head. Because the spirit just want to bring it out, especially for these women, man. You ain't got a man of the Lord, no covering. It's a wrap. Isaiah 32, and we're going to start at verse 8. But the liberal deviseth liberal things, and by liberal things shall he stand. You see, they're letting all this so-called freedom shit and this and that and the third. All right, your left wing type of thoughts. Verse 9: Rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Imagine being in Houston, all right, or being in a place like that, whether you was a migrant or whether you was actually, a citizen of the state of Texas or whatever, and you in a place where you can't go and there's nothing but 75,000 men, you see what I'm saying, with no police and they could just do whatever. You feel me? This is gonna listen. You know the amount of daughters of Zion, women, Israelite women is gonna be ravished in these days, man. And then remember, this is spiritually Saddam, too. So it's gonna be the same thing with men, and it really don't matter how much you can fight back too if you ain't got the covering. Because if 10 men on some way, look what happened in Sodom when they was trying to do what to the angel, man. You feel me? Knocking on the door, bring him out, bring him out, bring him out, bring him out, bring him out. You feel me? Yo, it's about to get wicked out here, bro. You feel me? And they just setting the stage up, man. And we yelling on the rooftops, man. We letting our light shine on the hill.
we also have the National Guard being deployed in Southern California right now as well. The California governor just deployed National Guard troops to Southern California to deal with the major crisis in there and all the influx of things coming over. Right? So this is a massive issue that is collapsing our country from the inside out. And now the solution is to implement these internal border checkpoints and to take away your rights and to force you to be treated like a criminal, even though you're just a citizen. So,
and we'll pretty much leave it at there because we're at the 20-minute mark. But I'll get 2nd Ezra chapter 15 again because that was the main scripture that links up with this topic of a video. Lord willing, you was edified. 2nd Ezra 15 and 17. Matter of fact, let's start at verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Remember, he said this was a global thing. All right. So that word world would be in a oikomeni sense. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Yeah, there's going to be a race war, man. All right, one people that descend from one person to another. Okay, there's gonna be mad gunfights in the streets. For there shall be sedition amongst men, and sedition is a verbal uprising against the government, which is happening now, which they want. All right, this is why the polarized mainstream media, fake news, and invading one another. You see, so that's when it's going to get physical, when they start invading the people's personal space. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Oh, don't do this, don't do that. We got travel restrictions. You see, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Yeah, so they're going to get to do whatever they want to do, man. So whatever wicked, sadistic, nasty, you feel me, abominable thoughts that come to their mind, the Most High is going to give them over to these actions, and it's going to be in the course of their power, man. We really we don't know what's going on. I mean, we know at least with the Edomite, you feel me? But we can only imagine because the Edomite, who's more of a fornicator than Esau. He's a border of wickedness, so he's going to be doing some next crazy wild shit. You're not going to see wicked into Revelation 12 and 12. For the devil has come down onto you having great wrath, man. That could be from your high Edomite to your low level white trailer trash, man. You see what I'm saying? With a gun in his hand. Verse 17 is the point. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. You see what I'm saying? So you're gonna be restricted on all sides, and a lot of people is gonna be confused and scared because they're not gonna know where to go, and they're gonna have no place to go. All right, you see, because the spirit is not gonna be working with them on how to move. You see what I'm saying? And we'll know when that time comes. You see what I'm saying? But our faith is fully and wholly in Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. All right, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh Bahasham Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Shema Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Allahayanawa, Yahweh, Achad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one. Bless you, Yahweh. Bless you, Yahweh Shai. Bless you, Yahweh, in the name of the Messiah, the anointed Yahweh Shai, man. Until next time, I'm Bob the Ball. Kwame Yasharala. Shalom.